Hi, welcome to the 6th edition of the North Star Podcast. I'm Leah, filling in for Ted this week because he got a new job.
I'm Cope, and I'm also filling in for Ted this week. Hopefully he's making me some strawberry milkshakes at Steak and Shake. But he'll be back next Thursday for your introductions and everything. This week on podcast, we have a random student interview, as usual. We're going to have some announcements again. There's a few this time, not very many. We got 90 Seconds with Chad, and AJ is going to be filling in for Ted with the sports talk with, AJ and Grody. And then that's all we've got this week. A-Rip and Lauren will be back next week to talk TV talk.
But first we have Joey talking to us a little bit about our website.
Hey, this is Joey. I work on the website. It is fhn026.com. New this month on the website is a sidebar that has basically announcements of the school and now a top 10 list. And this week's is top 10 computer websites like apple.com, newegg.com, academicsuperstore.com, and it'll be updated weekly, just like we'll have tech tips now on the podcast, hopefully coming soon. And back to Cope.
Thanks, Joe. All right. We've got our random student interview. Is your name?
I'm Tim Lehman.
All right. Abby, are you going to take over this interview? Sorry, guys. Hang on one second. We're finding the questions. Okay, we don't have questions. Tim. All right, you're a senior, Tim, right?
Yeah.
And you're working, or you're in charge of the decorations for the snow coming that's coming up.
Yeah, that's right.
All right. What's the snow coming going to be like this year, I guess? It's the first dance ever, right?
Yeah, it's the first snow coming that we've ever had, but we're pretty much going all out with the decorations, just like we did with homecoming. I didn't spend quite as much as I did, but the decorations should be pretty neat, and it shouldn't be a sweat bath anymore because I got 4 36-inch fans. So if anything, it's going to be a little cold.
All right, cool. Is there anything is it going to be exactly like homecoming, only in winter? How's the court going to go?
Well, the court's different because this year the teachers nominated who was going to be on court, and then the students voted from who the teachers nominated. And so then we only have one guy and one girl from each grade, and then the seniors, whoever the seniors are, the king and queen. And it's just going to be a little different with how we run that.
Okay. All right, I think that's all we got for us. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
Come down to the snow coming. It's going to be a good time.
All right, thank you, Tim. And next we've got announcements with me and Michelle. The first announcement is that the second annual Communication Arts Trivia Extravaganza will be held on March 25th at 7 p.m. I went there last year, and I had a lot of fun. You get in a bunch of groups with, you can do different clubs. I did NHS, and I had a lot of fun. And then last year, they were able to award $2,500 in scholarships to North students. That's a lot of money, and hopefully they can get some more. Tables will be for 8 people, and they'll cost $12 per person for an adult or adult and student table, or $10 per person for an all-student table. The 2 first prizes will be given, one to an all-student table and one to an adult or mixed table. And this year's event, they're hoping, will be even better, so reserve your table as soon as you can. I think you can reserve them with Miss Baker in room 218.
So, did you hear about the state wrestling tournament? Senior James Sills took 5th place, and junior John Van Valkenburg took 2nd. Now Sills ends his senior year with a record of 39-8. Van Valkenburg ends the season with a record of 39-6. Kyle Hatchett Hatchell and Robbie Brooks were both one match away from placing.
All right, congratulations, guys. And as Tim said, the snow coming ballot has been tallied. Our court members are going to be, for the freshmen, Caleb Krenning and Sebla Agru. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing names. Sophomores are going to be Marquise Green and Anna Snyder. Juniors are going to be Jordan McManus and Casey Lynn. And our 2006 first ever snow coming king and queen are our very own Dan Grody and Danielle Carstens. Congratulations, guys. You can see them crowned at Snow Coming on February 25th and buy your ticket at lunch for only $12. That's going to be, I guess, today and Friday is when they're selling those. And next we've got 90 Seconds with Chad. So, Chad?
Okay, guys. So, this week we're going to try something new. We're going to try a new randomizer, where everybody puts an idea into a cup, and we pick them out at random, where I get to discuss them for 16 minutes. That's not funny. Okay, so let's go. Ready?
First topic is Chuck Norris.
Chuck Norris. Okay, you know what I think about Chuck Norris? Chuck Norris is cool. He's an okay guy. He was the fourth wise man to bring Jesus his gifts. However, Chuck Norris is no match for the Punisher. He's no match for Snake Plissken. He's no... Oh, Burger King all the way. You know, Burger King, they got King Kong commercials. King Kong is pretty cool, because giant gorillas are really cool, too. What?
North Street Coffee House.
North Street Coffee House? What is North Street Coffee House anyway? I don't like coffee. You know what coffee is spelled backwards to me? Stupid. All right.
Okay, next topic is...
Spit it out.
Stephanie Cope. Crazy Rules?
Crazy rules. Let's skip that one.
Okay, yeah. Spirit Week.
Spirit Week. All right, Spirit Week's pretty cool. I ain't got nothing on that.
You have no opinion on Spirit Week?
Well, I would like to explain what I'm doing for Wacky Wednesday, but standards won't let me.
Snow Coming Dance.
Snow Coming Dance. Homecoming. Only with snow. Wow. Big whoop.
Hey, well,
Is that all?
thank you for that 90 seconds of chat. That was lovely. All right, who do we have next? Is it my turn? This is exciting. All right, we have AJ Conoyer and Snow Coming King Dan Grody. All bow to the king. All right. So we got sports discussion this week. And first up, let's talk about the Olympics. The little brother to the summer ones. What do you guys think of the winter ones?
All right, well, first off, I mean, yeah, Winter Olympics are all right. I love snowboarding. Everyone wants to snowboard, but it just does not beat out the Summer Olympics. Winter Olympics just has no chance.
It's not too bad. I mean, you gotta love curling, anything on ice, and you know they're sweeping the ice. Come on.
Nobody cares about curling, except for maybe Chuck.
I love curling.
I mean, come on. It's better than watching rowing in the summer.
Oh, I don't know, rowing. You got the nice water, the nice weather.
Yeah, but the summer's not too. Or
Rowers are hot.
in the
What
winter,
host is this?
in the winter you have bobsledding. Come on.
Bobsledding. Okay, can you tell me the last bobsledding champion? Who won gold in bobsledding? Who won silver? Who even competes in bobsledding? Do you know?
Well, the Jamaican had a bobsled team
Oh,
one
that was a
time.
great movie.
That was a good movie. Come on. Okay.
All right, let's move on.
All right, how big of a disappointment was the hockey team?
Well, they did go 1-5-1. They lost to Finland 4-3 in the quarterfinals. But Finland, you see, they were 5-0, now 6-0, and they'd only let up 2 goals in the past 5 games. So us actually scoring 3 goals in them was kind of a victory, if I say so myself.
Yeah, that is a pretty bad showing of our hockey team, but it's better than the Summer Olympics when the basketball team doesn't even want to show up. I mean, they lost to Costa Rica in the first round, and
I agree with you completely on that
okay.
one.
All right, next topic is Lindsay Jacobellis losing her gold by falling down on the second to last jump. Obviously, somebody here did not learn from the tortoise and the hare story. What do you guys have to think about this?
I think she got what was coming to her. She showed off, but that's kind of snowboarding for you. But I mean, she had the race won. She could have done it afterwards, or she could have done it, just for fun after the race.
Oh, I mean, she was caught up in the moment. Snowboarding is style. That's what it is. There's no changing it. She's gonna do it. Everybody does it. And I mean, some of the snowboarders around were kind of thinking, "Oh, what is she doing?" But what she said actually at the very beginning is she said she was doing it to create stability, and so she could help her landing. And then a little bit later, she said she was a little bit showing off, which I don't think she should have said that. She should have just said she was showing off to begin with, because everybody knows that's what you do in snowboarding. It's all about showing off.
Okay, we have college basketball up next. What is your opinion towards Mizzou?
Well, they started off bad, then they went good, and now they're bad again. That's pretty much what it is. I mean, Thomas Gardner. It's really based on Thomas Gardner. I mean, he did bad to begin with, he did good to begin next, and then he did bad again. Is there a little bit of pattern there? I think pretty much anytime he scores over 20 points, they win. Anytime he scores under, they lose. It's based on Thomas Gardner.
It hurts me to say this because I'm going to Mizzou next year, but their basketball program is horrible. There's no chance they'll ever have a winning season again. And
I don't know about that one.
I mean, they have no coach right now. They have Melvin Watkins, and
So you're saying ever in the history of Mizzou, ever, never going to win again?
in the next 5-10 years, they
Next 10 years.
Well, okay.
10 years is a little tough. I mean,
They won't be good
because what? You don't think they're ever going to get a coach again?
they won't have a good recruiting base because who wants to go to Mizzou? They still have a bunch of scams.
Hey, they have. If they do 10 years, they got 5 years to build it.
I just don't think they'll have a good coach because they're going to get. They won't get the good coach that they want. They're going to get someone from a.
I'm gonna have to disagree on that one. We'll see how it happens.
Okay.
We'll see in 10 years.
Okay, obviously that's a touchy subject. Who is the best team?
I'd have to go with Duke. They're number one in all the polls in the RPI. They have the toughest strength of schedule. They play in the ACC, and they have the best player in the nation, J.J. Redick.
Oh, I don't know about best player in the nation, but I mean, I really don't think there's a favorite right now. The top 4 teams, you got Villanova, and you got Duke, and you got UConn, you got Memphis. I really think it could be a toss-up between all 4 of them. There's really no clear-cut team right now, in my opinion.
Okay, and who do you guys think is player of the year?
Adam Morrison all the way. I mean, almost 30 points per game, 5.5 rebounds per game. He dominates. There's really no. Gonzaga's only lost 3, and they've lost 2 of them were to top 5 teams.
I'd have to go with J.J. Redick. He averages 37 minutes a game and 28.9 points, and he plays in the ACC, which is the toughest conference in the NCAA. I mean, Morrison plays in the West Coast Conference, and he also is coached by the best coach of all time, Coach K.
Well, it's kind of easy to score 28 when you're doing 37 minutes, don't you think?
Yeah, but yeah, okay, that's a good point.
Yeah, that's what I thought. And if my stats are correct, he's only got about 1.9 rebounds per game.
Yeah, but he has 2.6 assists per game.
And Morrison's got 2.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure he out-rebounds him by 4, and he only out-assists him by 1. So if you ask me, Adam Morrison's the clear-cut champion here.
Okay, and for the final, Howell North baseball.
Well, we got a new assistant coach on varsity this year with Coach Newton. That should be a pretty good move. He's been on JV for a while, and he seems to be a good coach, so we should have a pretty good year on that. And we're returning like 5 starters from last year, so it should be pretty good.
Okay, anything to comment on that, AJ?
Oh, Howell North baseball rules. I mean, I really have nothing against that. Gonna watch some of the games. Gonna watch Dan Grody here playing some baseball. Nothing to say there.
Okay, guys, thanks for that. That was an interesting discussion this week in sports.
Thank you.
So now we'll go back to Cope and Leah.
All right, thanks, guys. If I understood sports, I would totally agree with you all. All right, that's it for this week. Next week, we'll again have a random student interview, some more news and announcements, Chad time, and sports talk with, I have no idea, I guess AJ, Ted, and Grody. All right, and I guess see you next week.
All right, bye.
Bye.
This has been an FHN 026 production.